it has been a wee while since I last posted a video. Today I thought I would talk to you about living with a lymphedema. What is a lymphedema, we ask? Well, your lymphatic system is the plumbing and drainage in your body. It returns all of the waste products from your cells back through the lymphatic system, filters it all the junk out, and returns everything else back to the blood supply at the heart. Very important system, as you can imagine. But it is under a lot of demand and has to work against gravity a lot of the time. And that means that it can be easily damaged by having extensive surgery. And that's what happened to me. So I had a lot of surgery done to this right leg to try and save the left, 8 surgeries to be precise. And in the process, it did permanent irreversible damage to the lymphatic system in this leg. And I have now got a secondary lymphedema as a result. Secondary being it's been caused by something. You can actually be born with this too. Is it curable? No, it's not. It is something that I will always have to live with forever, and I will have to keep it under control, because if I don't, my leg will swell and swell and swell to a point where we can't get that swelling back down. At the moment, we have it under control. I have a whole series of stuff I have to do to keep it under control, plus I go to lymphatic drainage sessions 2 to 3 times a week. So, lymphatic drainage is the manual handling of the lymphatic fluid. We're literally squeezing it back up the leg and back to the heart, helping it along its way because it can't do it on its own. I can't do that to myself. I am a lymphatic drainage therapist, but I can't do it to myself because it has to be done in the flat on the table in the supine position, and I can't reach my ankles if I'm lying flat on the table. So I have to have that done 2 to 3 times a week. Inconvenient. It's not a pleasant thing. It's not unpleasant either. It's just inconvenient. 3, 6, 9 hours lost of my life a week. Just is what it is. On top of that, I have to wear custom hospital grade compression all the time. That's this garment that I have on. Here is one here, and this is what it looks like. It's short on this side because I have to be able to get my prosthetic leg on and off, and it can't go under the sleeve and the liner. And then it's long on this side, and it goes all the way down to my toes with a heel and everything. What this does is this squeezes everything. The compression's greatest at the ankle, squeezes everything upwards towards the top of my leg, naturally just by wearing it. Would a normal tubey grip or a normal hospital socks work? No, they wouldn't. This is what we call a flat knit compression garment, and that means that the compression elastic goes backwards and forwards like this. In hospital socks and tubey grips and things like that, it goes round like that. What we don't want is any creasing behind the knee or at the ankle, because a crease would cause a tourniquet and it will actually make my symptoms worse. So that means that I have to get these garments replaced every 6 to 9 months, because they get washed every single day, and I wear them all day, every day. I don't sleep in them, but I wear them every day. I could perhaps go a day without, but not much more than that before I start getting chronic debilitating pain. On top of that, I have some other stuff that I have to do. So this is a garment that I got in England, and it is a real handy extra bit of compression when you need it, and it slips on like that, and then these straps go on over the top and you pull them tight, and you can keep that on and walk around in it. And that's just a self-adjusting compression sleeve. Then on top of that, I have this one. This one is a full length leg with foot, and it looks like this. And this is a little bit like the bandages I get bandaged up in when I have lymphatic drainage, but this is easier to deal with because it's already made and I can just stretch it on. And I would often wear that in the evening and keep my leg elevated if I'm having trouble with the lymphedema and having lots of pain. This one I have used on travel, on airplanes and things like that. That's quite useful for that. And that is the three things that I've got to deal with. So these two are off the shelf and they're slightly cheaper, but still sort of $600 a pop. And this one is custom made to measure. It's really thick and ugly. So if you look at that, it's really thick and ugly. But it's just what I gotta do. It is what it is. So I've just kind of gotten used to it. The advantages being I can wear skirts all year round and my legs don't get cold. The disadvantage being that in the summer it gets really disgustingly hot and sweaty because it goes all the way up to here. And there's not much I can do about that. But hey ho. So, lymphedema, it's not something I talk about all that much, but it is a really big part of my life with regards to time management, lymphedema management, and all of that sort of thing. Not to be sniffed at because it's hard work. I have got a limit set by this leg, so if I walk too far, the lymphedema starts messing around. If I sit with my feet down for too long, the lymphedema sort of starts kicking off. It's a constant management cycle to keep my leg this shape. If I take my eye off the ball, my leg goes bigger and bigger into elephant sort of shape, and if we go too big, it's irreversible. And it's not necessarily cured by amputation either, because the problem can be transferred up. So, living with a lymphedema, a lot more complex than I think you might have thought. But if you've got any questions all the same, please do shoot me one, email, a message, comment under this video, and I will try my best to answer it as best I can. But I just thought I'd address one of those side effects, lifelong side effects that I have that I don't really talk about too much. Have a great evening.